Have you ever done any illegal stuff? I need someone like that.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you my material grinding strategy for Elite Dangerous Odyssey. As you can see, I have fully upgraded and modified every weapon and suit in the game at least once. And I think I've done that fairly efficiently. My strategy revolves around finding a good system in which to conduct the farming, although it will spill into other systems as well which are nearby. So the first thing I do is I find a good system for farming. Now the first criteria is that the system needs to be in a state of anarchy, and that means that the controlling faction needs to be in a state of anarchy. To find a good system, what we need to do is go to navigation, then galaxy map. Then we have to go to map mode, and then filter by government. So we need to uncheck anything that isn't anarchy. This will show us the systems which are controlled by a faction in anarchy. Now we can see a bunch of systems that are in anarchy. They're the ones that are coming up coloured. One of the reasons why we are looking for anarchy systems is that the ports and stations will therefore be in a state of anarchy, most of them anyway, and that means that you can't be blocked access to the mission menu because you have fines or bounties on you. The next criteria is that the system should have a lot of factions operating within it. So in the system map, if you go to factions, you can see all the factions that are operating. So you'd want there to be at least 8. And the reason this is important is because the more factions there are, the more sources there are to get missions. And on top of that, it means that you'll get the maximum number of people standing around in ports of stations, which you can get additional missions from. And you can also negotiate with those jokers to get very good rewards. Like, it's not uncommon to get 10 risk assessments by completing one mission, stuff like that. It's also best if the landable planetary bodies are near the main star, or at least near the port you're basing yourself from. That cuts down on travel time a great deal. And this system is quite good because it has quite a lot of points of interest, Odyssey settlements to be precise, which we can land at and, you know, carry out our missions and loot them while we are doing it. And in the Odyssey settlements, when you look at it, it will say what faction each settlement belongs to as well. So as we can see, all the planetary bodies that we can land on are actually quite near the main star and our home port. In fact, I believe one of the planetary bodies is just like 2 light seconds away from the port, so we can take missions there really quickly. As you can see, I'm in good standing with pretty much all the factions except one. Now, let's go back. Right, so now we're going to have a look at the mission menu. Now our goal is to stack as many missions as we can. Now, because the main faction is in a state of anarchy, there should be a lot of exterminate missions against them available. See, there's a raid exterminate the Blue Mafia members. And it's important to show what the material rewards are. So, in this mission, if we exterminate 15 members of the Blue Mafia, we'll get our suit schematic, and you'll notice that the mission isn't illegal. That's because that faction is in a state of anarchy. So anything we do against them isn't illegal. So we can just look for more missions against them. So here we have to exterminate 16 of them, and the mission isn't illegal. So we can accept this mission as well. Now let's see, what else do we have? So let's look at this takedown mission. This takedown mission is also against the Blue Mafia. So if we kill this person, it will count towards the other missions as well. And the mission isn't located too far away from the main star, so it won't take long for us to get there, so we should accept that. This mission is also against the Blue Mafia, so we can accept them, and that will count towards the exterminate missions. So we may as well accept that. It's also not illegal. We should also kill this guy as well, because he is a member of the Blue Mafia as well, and we won't get any fines or bounties for murdering him. It's quite important to be picky when selecting your missions, because you can only carry 20 at a time. And it's best to sometimes avoid exterminate missions at a fixed settlement like this one, if you know that the settlement perhaps isn't great for looting. You'll notice that some missions there are pink. That means that they're illegal. However, sometimes there is a mistake with them. So for example, some missions against the Blue Mafia here will appear as pink, meaning that they're illegal, but they actually aren't. So I've noticed that happen a few times. Now, it's not just exterminate and assassination missions that you can stack. You can also stack shutdown missions there, because you can kill everyone as you're shutting the settlement down. And also missions where you have to, let's say, pick up some sort of wreckage, you know, like the salvage missions, the retrieval missions. Often you can certainly stack them as well, because often the guards that spawn in on the crash sites are of the faction which controls the settlement, I mean the system, and therefore as you kill them they will also count towards the murder tally. This mission here, I'm going to avoid it because you'll notice it takes place at nearly 400,000 light seconds from the base star. You don't want to spend that amount of time travelling, so it's best to stay well clear of them. It's always good generally to take missions which take place at industrial settlements, because you get the best stuff there generally, like ionized gas, weapon components, titanium plating. But if they are really far away, then, you know, forget it, because there's no point spending 15 minutes just getting there. You might be able to hear Commander Whiskey in the background being angry. So, as you can see, all the people in the top right hand side are happy with us. The Blue Mafia isn't too happy with us, but they're at least cordial. That's because I don't take missions for them, because they're the guys I'm murdering, because they're the ones who are in anarchy.
Hey you, I know it seems horrible, but there's no other way. Trust me. Right, yes, the details.
So here, we're going to take a mission from this fellow to exterminate the Blue Mafia. And we're also going to negotiate for a better payment.
If it gets the job done, then what the hell? You've got a deal.
We just doubled our material reward there.
Just be careful, okay?
Sometimes you can get 10 of whatever you're after, which is great.
And even steadier aim. That you?
Yes, that's me. I used to be high on the AIM Lab rankings before competent people started playing it. So I should be able to solve your problem. Now, if you'd be so kind as to give me a mission against the Blue Mafia. Okay. Looks like we're on the same page. Now, let's try and negotiate for a better reward.
What are you after? Danger money? What price? If that's what it costs to get this done, so be it.
So now we're going to get 10 of the maintenance logs, which are useful. You can end up with 10 of anything, pretty much.
You have everything
My
you need.
favourite is getting 10 risk assessments, because they're like a bit of a bottleneck as well. Right, so now we can just go back and either ask more people or see if we can get more missions stacked from the missions menu. It's important to remember that with exterminate missions, that you can conduct them at any settlement which is controlled by the targeted faction in any system. So you're not limited to the system it tells you to go to. So for example, let's say you wanted to loot a manufacturing settlement at the same time as you're exterminating them. So you could just go to a system where they've got a manufacturing settlement and carry out your business there. Right, so now we're just going to click on the system we want to have a look at. And then we'll go to system map. And then points of interest. And then we can work out what type of settlement it is we're looking at just by its name. So the Arsenault Chemical Enterprise, that'll be a manufacturing settlement. So will this chemical depot one. And we can also see which ones are controlled by our target faction, the Blue Mafia. Which means we know that we can complete our extermination mission there. It's also important to check where they're located so that you don't accidentally, set off to go to one that's located hundreds of thousands of light years away, particularly if you only notice when you're in your Apex shuttle. Anyway, it's time to get back to the business of making the universe a better place for those who follow the Holy Trinity of Tom Cruise, John Travolta and Elron. So here we are at a settlement where we have to assassinate someone. However, it's also controlled by the Blue Mafia, who we have exterminate missions against. So we may as well just kill everybody while we're at it. Now, another important point is that we need to have exterminate missions open on the target faction, because that means that when we kill someone who's a member of the faction, you know, in cold blood, you know, as I do, it means that you don't lose rep with them, because if I just went in and shot them without having an exterminate mission open on them, it would mean that I would lose reputation with them, and if I lost enough reputation with them, I would become hostile to them, and they wouldn't let me use their port, and then I need to find a new system. So that's just another reason why we need to have exterminate missions open on our target faction. I'll just cut this door open. This type of settlement is quite handy because the reactor building is just open. It's not within another building. So you can get level 3 access here really easy. Now I could just blast that guy, but I'll do it stealthy like. Surprise! And that's him killed silently. So now we'll have level 3 access, which is a good first step in any mission. I'm getting very bad frames here in this settlement, which is concerning because everything is on low, and I have a 3090 and a Ryzen 5950. Right, so we're just gonna kill all these guys. Who don't believe in Tom Cruise's divine right. Okay, that's one down. So you'll see that we got updates there for 2 different raid exterminate missions. So we'll just go around and quickly murder everyone and loot as we go. Now we've actually got loads of exterminate missions open, but killing that guy only
Try that again.
counted towards 2 of them. That's because if you've got raid exterminate missions from the same faction, they're kind of done one at a time. But if you've got different exterminate missions open from different factions, then a kill counts towards all of them, for all of the different factions, if you know what I mean. So if I were to take exterminate missions only from the one faction, they would all have to be done individually. But if I took them from 2 different factions, then I would complete them at double the rate, because each kill would count towards both missions. Well, both sets. I would say silenced weapons also help a lot, because I mean they do let you potentially get through missions a lot quicker. Then again, sometimes to get through these exterminate missions quickly, it's good just to make a lot of noise to make everyone run towards you, so you can just kill them then and there. So for upgrading all your stuff quickly, the first thing you want to do is to get the backpack upgrade for your Maverick suit, so you can carry twice as much stuff.
But that would...
I would say increased battery capacity is also good, because you don't have to waste as much time charging. The silenced weapons help you complete them a bit faster because you don't have to be as sneaky. You know, it's a lot like you can just blast everyone really, really quickly without anybody taking notice. Which helps a lot for covert missions in particular. I mean, you can still complete covert missions very quickly without a silencer. You just kill them before they can set off an alarm. Because for some reason only one person can set off the alarm at a time, so if you rush them, as long as you're always putting pressure on that guy, they won't set off the alarm.
Suit fully charged.
Just a minute, Commander.
Hello there,
I'm gonna
how are
scan
you
Don't
today?
mess around.
Scan detected. Leaving pressurized environment.
Hello.
Mission status updated.
Health inspector, anyone home?
Pressurized environment.
You asked for this.
No, just loot away. These type of settlements aren't great for loot. The best ones are military and industrial settlements. Although tourist settlements are good because they have a lot of data panels. If I was murdering people in a non-anarchy settlement here, like one of the other factions, I would be getting bounties and stuff for them. But they wouldn't matter too much because they wouldn't stop me from accessing the mission menu at the home settlement, which is controlled by the anarchy faction.
They got me! You won't get away! Ah!
These anarchy factions, I believe, are player controlled, so they'll be taking a bit of a hit by you murdering them all. Although, to be honest, I don't think it makes that big a difference. Otherwise, the Blue Mafia would have crumbled long ago, but they still seem to be in control of all the systems they were when I started my campaign of extermination against them. Because, I mean, I've probably killed 5,000 or something of them by now. I think everybody's pretty much dead. I think there's just one more building for me to check. Ooh, manufacturing instructions.
Downloading data.
The main bottlenecks are manufacturing instructions, your power regulators, maybe weapon and suit schematics.
Transfer complete.
Risk assessments are a bit of a bottleneck as well because you need like 15 per upgrade with them. The fact that you can only carry 1,000 of each thing, or of each type of, you know, material is a bit of a downer. It's always caused me a lot of issues.
Leaving pressurized environment. Entering pressurized environment.
You asked for this.
No, I didn't. You lie. Well, we've pretty much murdered everyone and looted the settlement now. Again, I mean, that some of the industrial settlements are a lot better for this because they've got a lot of the better loot. Now I'm just going to call down a shuttle to deal with the next chimps. So, we're going to be going to Martin's shelter, which isn't far away,
Request sent.
which is another good reason for why I chose this system.
Environment.
Hey, hold on, Commander.
So now we can just steal the power regulator and get the hell out of here. I'm pretty sure they increased the spread on the shotgun as you aim down the sights. Because it used to be like a much tighter ball. I mean, it's still good, but it's just a lot worse than it was. Well, I mean, if you're wanting to shoot people long range with it. Because I was almost using it as a sniper rifle at one point.
Entering pressurized environment. Shuttle docked. Reporting.
So now we just need to take the power regulator and go on to our next victims. Here we are at Martin's shelter.
Entering pressurized environment.
I'm here to ask if anyone would like to
Supposed to come here?
join Scientology. Have you heard of Elron?
What's up with you?
He has a religion for you. Basically, we have to kill all the unbelievers and use their souls to refuel his rebirth into
What do
the
you want?
material realm. I think I've told you what I want. I need you to help me collect souls. I'm not asking for much here.
Yes?
Why are you walking away from me? Can I get a Diet Coke and lime while we're here? That's a Diet Coke and lime, bartender. Diet Coke and lime.
Okay, now you're just being weird.
You're being weird. Right, feel my wrath. Feel it. Just one more. Well, that's them well dead. Right, and we completed an assassination mission while we're at it, and contributed to the extermination mission. Okay, they've interrupted us from calling our shithole. He's using a kinetic weapon, which is worthless against my shields. Oh, ran out of ammo there. Right, now I'll call down the shuttle again.
Shuttle request sent.
So there might be some friends out here. Death from above. Right, I don't think I murdered everyone in here.
Entering pressurized environment.
Hello?
Hello.
Shuttle inbound.
I'm hit!
Look at this guy's aim. How is he missing me? I'm right beside him. What's your problem? You look like you've got some bad ass bounty hunter armor or something, and you're just missing everything. And look at this. Who taught you to shoot? Anyway, if you want to complete exterminate missions really quickly, you can just log in and log out, and everyone will respawn. The loot will despawn, so you can't just loot it again, but you can kill everyone again.
Hey, you go. Oh.
Stop making me miss.
They've been hit.
Elron reincarnated you to die again.
I see them!
Well, that's mission accomplished pretty much.
Leaving pressurized environment.
Good day, everyone.
For now.
Wide range.
If you don't mind getting your hands dirty, I could have a job for you.